Well, it can be one of two types. Some powers of attorney are in operation from the day they're signed. But yes, some only come into operation after the person loses capacity. And yes, I have seen many cases where the person holding the power of attorney has helped themselves rather than the person who gave the power of attorney.
How can we tell our viewers here what's the best solution when it comes to this sort of financial abuse? How to stop it? Because a lot of the elders I've talked to have actually carried on allowing the abuse to happen because they're afraid of losing contact with their children.
That's true. Oh, it doesn't even have to be the misuse of a power of attorney. I've seen many elderly people who were frail basically forced to do things by children who threatened to stop visiting them. One lady was in hospital and her daughter said, "Now, Mum, unless you do this, we won't be allowing you to come back home to our place. We'll be basically leaving you stranded here in hospital unless you happen to sign this over to me now." So it can be that blunt, or it can be the misuse. So again, perhaps don't have one attorney, have two. You can't have more than two, but have two. And if you've got doubts about one, match them with somebody who is a check and balance on the other one. Make it joint, so it requires both of them to sign. But there are still going to be situations where two children hold a power of attorney and they decide they'll take the inheritance early because mum or dad's lost capacity. A worrying area.
From a financial advisor's point of view, so how do you sort of protect your elder if you feel that they are being financially abused?
Yeah, there's lots of things to think about in that space. Certainly reflecting back to one of John's previous answers, it's really important to put these documents in place early when you have full clarity as to who you trust. Because ultimately you should only be nominating people who you trust implicitly, and you don't really want to make that decision when you have perhaps some dementia or limited capacity to make that really important selection. And the other thing I often suggest is that people familiarise their family members with professionals who've been in their lives for a long time. So if you've had a GP for 20 years, if you've had a lawyer for your whole life, if you've had a financial advisor or an accountant, it can be good to start introducing these key people in your life who will be responsible for you to these professionals who have known you for a long time. It's important because those professionals can help guide those family members when the time comes, but also help them. You know, there's a lot of things that people need to do and make big decisions on when they are an enduring power of attorney. It's a huge responsibility. So professionals can provide a little bit of guidance in that space, as well as keeping an eye that everything is happening as it should.
And the checks and balances.
Checks and balances.